I'm looking at our Year 8 Maths Term 3 Week 7 quiz, starting with some solving equations. So in this one we have a plus 11 is equal over 3 is equal to 2. That means divided by 3. So my first step is I'm going to multiply by 3 on both sides. That'll leave me with the a plus 11 on that side and 6 on this side. Then I'm going to take away 11 because if we've got a plus 11, the opposite is to take away 11. So we're always doing that opposite operation. So we get that a is equal to -5. Over here we've got a set of brackets, so we're going to expand them out first. So that's going to give us 2 times b plus 2 times 3, and that's going to equal 10. So I can then write that as 2b plus 6 is equal to 10. So then my first step is to take away that 6 when I'm solving. So I'm going to get 2b is equal to 4, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So b is equal to 2. Then we've got a factorising question. So we're looking at breaking this one down into its factors. 3 times m times m. 3 times m times n times n. And then we're taking away 3 times 2 times m times n. So we're looking at that common factor of 3, the common factor of m, and the common factor of n there. So that's going to give us 3mn out the front, and then we have n take away 2 in the bracket. Here we've got some simplifying questions using our index laws. So here we've got 2b to the power of 3 times 3b to the power of 4. So we're going to multiply those coefficients. 2 times 3 is 6. Then for our indices, we're going to do 3 plus 4. So we end up with 6b to the power of 7. Here we've got brackets. So that 3 applies to everything inside the brackets. So we have 2 to the power of 3 and b to the 3 times 3, which gives us 8b to the 9. Here we've got 3a cubed, and it's all raised to a power of 0. So that means that our answer is going to be 1, because anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Here we have some ratios, and we've got 30 cents is to $1.50. We don't want any units in our ratios, so our first step is to change them to the same unit so we can get rid of units. So we're going to change this to 150 cents. That way we can cross out the cents because it's the same on both sides. Now we can divide both sides by 30 and we get 1 is to 5. And that's our simplified ratio. Here we have 5 kilometres is to 5 centimetres. So again, I want to change that to the same unit. So I want to change my kilometres into centimetres. So to change my kilometres into metres, that would give me 5,000 metres is to 5 centimetres. But then I want to multiply by 100 to get centimetres. Now that I've got centimetres, I can cross that off, and then I can divide by 5. So I end up with 100,000 is to 1 for my scale there, or for my ratio, sorry. On to the back of the page, we have a dividing into a ratio question. So our first step is to get our total number of parts. So we've got 2 parts is to 3 parts, so our total parts is 5. Then we want how much for 1 part, what that's going to equal, which will be 70 over 5. So 70 divided by 5 gives me 14. So that means I need to multiply each of these by 14. So 2 times 14 is going to give me $28, and 3 times 14 is going to give me $42. And so then I check that when I add the 28 plus the 42, I get 70 as my answer. So I know that I've got the 2 correct numbers there. Number 6, we're looking at a map. It has a scale factor of 1 is to 400,000. We want to find out if we measure 2.5 centimetres on the map, what the real life distance is. So I'm going to write my 1 is to 400,000. I'll put my 2.5 centimetres there. So I have multiplied by 2.5 to get to that. So I need to do that over here. So I'll grab my calculator and I'll do 400,000 times 2.5, and I'm going to get We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros there. So 1 million, and that is centimetres. Now, I obviously don't want to give my answer in centimetres, so I'll divide by 100, and that tells me 10,000 metres. And then I can divide by 1,000, and that will tell me 10 kilometres is my real life distance. Number 7, if a car travels at 60 kilometres per hour, calculate how long it takes to travel 500 kilometres. So we will do 500 divided by 60 to work out how many hours that will be. Now this gives us 8.333. We can press our little arrow button there, which will change it to a fraction, but that's not super helpful. We'd be better off taking away the 8 so that we've got our 8 hours, and then changing this into minutes. So we would times it by 60 to get into minutes, and we get 20 minutes for our answer there. Now the last one is our graphing question, and we've got an equation here of 2x plus 3. We've got a table to fill in, and we're going to draw a graph. So whatever x is, we're going to multiply it by 2 and then add 3. So if we've got -1, we're going to multiply that by 2, and then we're going to add 3 to it. So we get 1 here. For 0, we're going to do 2 times 0, and then add 3, and we get 3 as our answer. When we've got 1, we're going to do 2 times 1, and then add 3, and we get 5 as our answer. When we've got 2, we're going to do 2 times 2, and then add 3, and we get 7. Now we're going to plot those points. So -1, 1, 0, 3, 1 goes up to 5, and 2 goes up to 7. To finish our graph, we want to make sure we can join that with a straight line. So we grab a ruler, put our arrows on the end to show that that keeps going, and we want to write our equation on there, y equals 2x plus 3.